I think one thing that'll continue is the focus on the edge. What are all our connected devices on the network out there? Do we know what they all are? Are we protecting against all of them? I think that's been ongoing, but I think it will continue to emerge. The other thing that's out there, and I've mentioned and I've talked about before, a lot of the cyber attacks that we've had have not been, when you dig into them, they have not been terribly technical or terribly sophisticated. They've been, I didn't put on the last patch, we weren't up in our patching, which is huge, or we didn't, our employees did some things that we educated them about, but they still went ahead and opened emails or did whatever. Lots of those attacks come down to the more simple things. Unfortunately, I think it's going to get more complicated as we go forward. And there's, we're all aware of ransomware, but I think, there's companies, bad companies now on the bad side that are really, they're almost ransom ops type companies. There's like the cartels, like the Revil and Canty and DarkSide that are out there really organizing, almost like organized crime around cyber attacks. And they're playing the long game. They're not trying to come in here and it's a low and slow game where they're trying to get in kind of undetected and stay there. And they could be there for years before they detonate an attack. And we really need to start understanding that. I think there's this new concept of indicators of behavior where you can look into your system and see when certain things happen. That's probably an indicator of behavior that there's somebody in there bad doing things. So I think, unfortunately, the stakes and the complexity is going to get higher, and we need to start looking, protecting ourselves against companies that are doing ransom ops as opposed to ransom attacks. So we're going from the point of just getting attacked and worried about it to way back in the stream and thinking about what's going to happen. The other thing I think is having to look at your supply chain, and I don't mean like your company's supply chain. I mean almost like your digital supply chain, i.e. SolarWinds. So a lot of these companies are also trying to get into any one of our trading partners to be able to get into many other, like a pyramid scheme. You get into a trading partner who's connected to a bunch of other companies, and then you look for ways to get into those companies. So it's really looking at the supply chain. And I think we're really going to have to be much more cognizant, diligent around where we are connected at all times and what are the protections that we have in there. So unfortunately, it's going to get more complicated. We all know it is. And we're just going to have to, the bad guys are up in their game about how to attack us. And we're going to have to be up in our game about how to stay safe. And luckily there's a lot of good companies out there, providing software and other protections that help us in the detection and other parts of the game. So we need to keep abreast of that and just stay vigilant.